Hi there, my name is Reverend Ken Kimiywe, the Deputy Bishop of Christ is the Answer Ministries, and I'm happy to be with you again on this medium. And we've been looking at the subject, the broader subject of the ideal Christian family. We began by, first of all, underscoring the fact that marriages that are going a lot of stress, a lot of strain. There are a lot of enemies that have come against the family institution. And that's the reason why we need to address this whole subject of what God had intended in the initial stages when He gave us this institution of marriage. We went on to look at the fact that there are the fivefold reasons why God gave us marriage. And in this third series of our ideal Christian marriage, we want to look at what was God's plan in terms of the formula of God. The formula of God, if I may introduce it, and I will continue with it in the other series. Number one is that God says that a man shall leave his father and mother, and he will be able to cleave to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. Today I want to talk about the leaving. The leaving. Now, the leaving is necessary because if you do not leave, then there is no cleaving. And I want us to address to the fact that sometimes that is where the marriage issues begin, where conflict begins, because some of us don't leave. We still hang on to certain things and certain relationships that make us not to be effective in the marriage institution. And I want us to just be sincere with ourselves and realize that now that you have enjoined yourself to your husband or to your wife, there are certain things that you must leave, you must come out of. There are some examples of why we sometimes do not leave. And for example, here we are looking at things that we were participating in, people that we were relating with. And I want us to begin from what the Bible says. Number one is that you must leave your father and mother. In other words, you begin a different entity, completely separate family from your father and your mother's place of living and dwelling. That way then you are able to be independent as a couple, to make your own decisions and to live your own lives that are not subject to your parents. Now, there are many of us who are coming into marriage and are not leaving our parents. We are still referring to them. We are still patronized by them. Any decision that we want to make, we must give reference to dad or to mom or to my big sister or to my big brother. And at the end of the day, it brings a lot of conflict in the marriage. Now, I'm not trying to say that you abandon your parents and your siblings. What the Bible is saying, if you are going to begin a new life as husband and wife, you must separate yourself from your extended family and have your own unique nucleus family. Secondly, the other example of what makes us not to leave and cleave is when we still have the same programs that we used to have when we were still single people, probably running around with the guys or running around with the girls. And some of those acquaintances, people who are friends to us, if they are not limited in the way they relate with us now that we are married, they could become an obstruction. They could become an impediment to the cohesion that a husband and a wife should have in marriage. Another one could be even our colleagues at the place of work. Maybe when you were still single, you could have more time to be at the place of work, even maybe do more travels now that you didn't have any other responsibility. But now that you are married, you need to probably reorganize and reprioritize how much you can be with your colleagues and how much time you can even be at your place of work. How much travel probably you should be able to even engage in. And so we see that in order for this marriage formula to work, there must be a living. You must get out of certain commitments, get out of certain, relationships, so that you can concentrate on that primary relationship that God would want you to be involved in, and that is to be with your husband or to be with your wife. I pray that this bringing you some wisdom and some ability to revisit and reevaluate your marriage situation. If you're having any challenges, we are here to engage with you either through the Twitter or through Instagram or through the YouTube and even on Facebook. Feel free to engage with us by way of question or any comments that you want to make. And I want to see you next in the next series, where we shall be addressing, now that we have left, we need to cleave. God bless you, and let's see you in the next series.